Good evening. I'm Xiaoyue. How have you been lately? Today I heard a saying, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what flavor you'll get next. In the long years of life, you will encounter all sorts of people and events. But please believe that no matter what you experience, you can always find that ray of sunshine that heals the soul. Right? For instance, at this very moment, Xiaoyue is willing to be that ray of sunshine for you. Let's begin our bedtime story for today. Our story is about dreamers under the starry sky. Are you ready? Here we go. On a tranquil night, the stars in the sky above the grassland sparkled like countless brilliant jewels, emitting a soft glow. Xiaoyu lay on the grass, gazing up at the vast starry sky. Her heart filled with peace and beauty. A gentle breeze brushed by, bringing a hint of coolness, and everything on the grassland seemed so serene. Zhiwou's thoughts drifted with the stars in the night sky. As if each star was telling an ancient story, she remembered her childhood, when her grandfather often took her to the grassland at night, pointing at the stars while sharing mysterious legends. Those stories always excited Xiaoyu, her eyes sparkling with a longing for the unknown world. That star is a hunter, chasing an eternal dream. That star is his lover, quietly waiting for his return. The voice of her grandfather echoed in her mind, warm and kind. She smiled slightly, a wave of sweet memories washing over her. In the night sky, the brightness of the stars grew even more luminous, as if responding to Zhiwou's thoughts. Her spirit was elevated on this tranquil grassland, feeling an unprecedented sense of freedom. Xiaoyu gently turned over, listening intently. All she could hear was the breeze and the occasional distant animal sounds, as if the whole world was preserving this tranquility just for her. Zhiwou's thoughts gradually immersed in this starry sky, images of dreams appearing in her mind. She imagined herself soaring through the vast universe, crossing galaxies, exploring unknown planets. She hoped that one day she could become an astronaut, visiting those distant stars, experiencing unparalleled freedom and adventure. If I could fly into the starry sky, how wonderful that would be. Xiaoyu silently thought, her eyes shining with anticipation. Her heart swelled with these dreams, as if wanting to break free from this tranquil grassland and soar into higher skies. At that moment, the air around her seemed to grow even quieter, with the wind's whisper softening. A hint of unease surged in Zhiwou's heart, as if some mysterious force was calling her. She slowly sat up and looked around, noticing faint glimmers at the edge of the grassland, like stars that had fallen to the earth. Curiosity piqued. Xiaoyu decided to see what those twinkling lights were. She stood up, gently brushing off the grass from her clothes, and walked toward the lights. Each step was taken with extra caution, afraid to disturb the serene atmosphere. As she approached, Xiaoyu discovered that those lights were tiny fireflies, dancing among the grass and emitting a soft, gentle glow. Xiaoyu couldn't help but smile. The glow of the fireflies reminded her of her childhood, when she would often catch fireflies at night and place them in a glass jar, quietly admiring their light. "How beautiful," Xiaoyu whispered. Feeling a wave of warmth in her heart, she crouched down and extended her finger, trying to let a firefly land on her fingertip. The firefly danced gracefully on her finger, emitting a faint glow, as if communicating with her. Zhuo's heart was she quietly observed this tiny creature, feeling the fragility and beauty of life. She remembered stories about life, about how every small being has its unique value. "You are also a star, just fallen to the earth," Xiaoyu softly said to the firefly, her eyes radiating tenderness. A wave of emotion surged in her heart, as if everything became more real in that moment. As time passed, the stars in the night sky grew even more brilliant, and the glow of the fireflies flickered in the breeze. Xiaoyu felt a wave of fatigue. She knew it was time to return to her previous spot and continue enjoying this starry sky. She gently released her finger onto the air, emitting a faint glow, as if bidding her farewell. Xiaoyu smiled slightly, her love for this grassland and starry sky deepening. She slowly walked back to her previous spot, lying on the soft grass, gazing up at the starry sky. "May every star illuminate my dreams," Xiaoyu silently wished, her eyes shining with determination. She knew that no matter how difficult the road ahead might be, the dreams in her heart would always guide her. As night deepened, the grassland began to feel even more tranquil. Xiaoyu quietly pondered under the starry sky, her thoughts flowing like the tides. In that moment, her spirit was elevated, as if merging with the starry sky. Just then, a deep mooing sound broke the night's tranquility. Xiaoyu turned her head and saw a lonely cow wandering on the grassland. Its figure appeared especially solitary under the moonlight, as if searching for something. A wave of compassion surged in Zhuo's heart. She decided to walk over and take a look. She gently stood up and walked toward the cow. As she approached, the cow seemed to sense her presence, lifting its head and looking at her with gentle eyes. "Hello, friend," Xiaoyu softly said. Feeling a wonderful connection, the cow's eyes conveyed warmth, as if responding to her greeting. Xiaoyu crouched down and gently stroked the cow's head. Its fur was warm and soft, as if telling its story. A wave of warmth Zhuo's heart as she felt the fragility and resilience of life. "Are you searching for something?" Xiaoyu softly asked, concern evident in her eyes. The cow seemed to understand her words, slowly shaking its head and continuing to wander the grassland. Xiaoyu quietly accompanied the cow, feeling a wordless understanding. She knew that every life on this grassland had its significance. A surge of emotion filled Zhuo's heart as she recalled stories about life, about how every small being has its unique value. "We are all a part of this grassland," Xiaoyu silently thought, her eyes shining with determination. She knew that, no matter how difficult the road ahead might be, the dreams in her heart would always guide her. As night fell, the grassland began to appear even more tranquil, accompanied by a cow Xiao Yu sat quietly, her thoughts surging like tides. At that moment, her spirit was elevated, merging with the starry sky above. In this serene grassland, Xiao Yu felt an unparalleled sense of freedom. Beneath the stars, her spirit soared, as if intertwined with the essence of nature. She understood that this moment belonged to her, and to every dreamer. As time passed, the stars in the night sky grew increasingly brilliant, filling Xiao Yu's heart with anticipation for the future. She closed her eyes, feeling the blessings from the stars, as if they were imparting the strength of life to her. May I find the dream that truly belongs to me under this starry sky. Xiao Yu silently wished, her eyes gleaming with determination. She knew that no matter how challenging the future might be, 我希望你也喜欢我. The dreams in her heart would always lead her. At that moment, the moonlight spilled over the grassland, draping the earth in a silvery veil. Xiao Yu felt warmth and tranquility. The moonlight caressed her cheek like a mother's hand, easing all her anxieties. Sitting quietly on the grass, the only sounds she heard were the whispers of the wind. Her thoughts drifted to a distant, dreamlike place. Under this starry sky, her dreams sparkled like stars, illuminating the path ahead. The night deepened, and everything on the grassland appeared so beautiful beneath the stars. Xiao Yu's spirit soared, merging with the celestial expanse. She knew this moment was hers, and belonged to every dreamer. As time went on, her thoughts became clearer. Her spirit was uplifted on this grassland, blending with the soul of nature. She realized that the road ahead would be filled with challenges, but she would face them bravely, pursuing the dreams in her heart. Lying quietly on the grass, the only sounds were the wind and the occasional distant animal calls, as if the whole world reserved this tranquility for her. A wave of emotion surged within her, making everything feel more real in that moment. Suddenly, a bright full moon appeared in the night sky. Moonlight poured over the grassland, covering the ground with a silvery veil. Xiao Yu felt warmth and peace. The moonlight gently touched her cheek, dispelling all her worries. Alone on the grass, she could clearly hear only the wind and the occasional mooing of cows in the distance. Her thoughts soared further, her dreams flickering like stars, yearning to explore a deeper self and feel the reality of life. As time passed, the stars in the night sky grew ever more dazzling, filling Xiao Yu's heart with anticipation for the future. She closed her eyes from the stars, as if they were conveying the strength of life to her. May I find the dream that truly belongs to me under this starry sky. Xiao Yu silently wished, her eyes shining with determination. She knew that no matter how difficult the road ahead might be, the dreams in her heart would always guide her. In this tranquil grassland, Xiao Yu felt an unmatched freedom. Her spirit soared under the stars, merging with the soul of nature. She realized that this moment was hers, and belonged to every dreamer. As night deepened, the grassland grew even more serene. Xiao Yu sat quietly under the stars, her thoughts surging like waves. In that moment, her spirit was elevated, merging with the starry sky. At that moment, a low mooing sound broke the night's silence. Xiao Yu turned to see a solitary cow wandering in the grassland. Its silhouette appeared particularly lonely under the moonlight, as if searching for something. A wave of compassion surged within Xiao Yu, prompting her to approach. She gently stood up and walked toward the cow. As she drew nearer, the cow seemed to sense her presence, lifting its head to gaze at her with gentle eyes. "Hello, friend," Xiao Yu softly said, feeling a wonderful connection. The cow's gaze held a hint of warmth, as if responding to her greeting. Xiao Yu crouched down and gently stroked the cow's head. Its fur was warm and soft, as if telling its own story. A wave of warmth surged within her as she felt the fragility and resilience of life. "Are you looking for something?" Xiao Yu asked softly, concern evident in her eyes. The cow seemed to understand her words, slowly shaking its head and continuing to wander the grassland. Xiao Yu quietly accompanied the cow, sensing a wordless understanding. She knew that every life on this grassland had its purpose. A wave of emotion washed over her as she recalled the stories of life, recognizing that every small existence has its unique value. "We are all a part of this grassland," Xiao Yu silently thought, her eyes shining with determination. She knew that no matter how difficult the road ahead might be, the dreams in her heart would always guide her. As night deepened, the grassland began to appear even more tranquil. Accompanied by the cow, Xiao Yu sat quietly, her thoughts surging like tides. At that moment, her spirit was elevated, merging with the starry sky. In this serene grassland, Xiao Yu felt an unparalleled sense of freedom. Beneath the stars, her spirit soared, intertwining with the essence of nature. She understood that this moment belonged to her, to every dreamer. As time passed, the stars in the night sky grew increasingly brilliant, filling Xiao Yu's heart with anticipation for the future. She closed her eyes, feeling the blessings from the stars, as if they were imparting the strength of life to her. "May I find the dream that truly belongs to me under this starry sky," Xiao Yu silently wished, her eyes gleaming with determination. She knew that no matter how challenging the future might be, the dreams in her heart would always lead her. At that moment, a bright full moon appeared in the night sky. The moonlight spilled over the grassland, draping the earth in a layer of silvery gauze. Xiao Yu felt warm and peaceful, as the moonlight caressed her cheek like a mother's hand, taking away all her unease. Lying alone on the grass, the only sounds she could hear were the wind and the occasional distant mooing of cows. Her thoughts had far away, and the dreams in her heart sparkled like stars, yearning to explore a deeper self and to feel the reality of life. As time passed, the stars in the night sky became even more dazzling, filling Zhuo's heart with anticipation for the future. She closed her eyes, feeling the warmth from the starry sky, as if it were conveying the power of life to her. "I hope to find my true dreams beneath this starry sky," Xiao Yu silently wished in her heart, her eyes shining with determination. She knew that no matter how difficult the road ahead might be, The dreams in her heart would always guide her. On this tranquil grassland, Xiao Yu felt an unparalleled sense of freedom. Her spirit was uplifted under the starry sky, as if merging with the soul of nature. She understood that this moment belonged to her, and to every dreamer. As the night deepened, the grassland grew even quieter. Xiao Yu sat quietly under the stars, her thoughts surging like tides. In that moment, her spirit soared, as if becoming one with the starry sky. Just then, a low mooing sound broke the night's tranquility. Xiao Yu turned her head and saw a lonely cow wandering on the grassland. Its silhouette appeared particularly solitary under the moonlight, as if searching for something. A wave of compassion surged in Zhuo's heart, and she decided to go see it. She gently stood up and walked toward the cow. As she approached, the cow seemed to sense her presence, lifting its head and gazing at her with gentle eyes. "Hello, friend," Xiao Yu softly said, feeling a strange connection. The cow's eyes reflected warmth, as if responding to her greeting. Xiao Yu crouched down and reached out to gently stroke the cow's head. Its fur was warm and soft, as if telling its story. A wave of warmth filled Zhuo's heart as she sensed both the fragility and resilience of life. "Are you looking for something?" Xiao Yu asked softly, concern showing in her eyes. The cow seemed to understand her words. Words. Slowly shaking its head and continuing to wander the grassland, Xiao Yu quietly accompanied the cow. Feeling a wordless understanding between them, she knew that every life on this grassland had its purpose. A sense of emotion welled up in her heart as she remembered the stories of life, where every small existence held its unique value. "We are all part of this grassland," Xiao Yu silently affirmed, her eyes sparkling with determination. She understood that no matter how difficult the future might be, the dreams in her heart would always guide her. The cow continued to wander the grassland, and Xiao Yu quietly stayed by its side. Sensing an unspoken bond, the grassland at that moment was like a poem or a painting, with a gentle breeze whispering softly. Under the starry sky, Xiao Yu felt the fragility and resilience of life. With every breath, recording the tranquility of this moment, she sat quietly, her gaze following the cow's movements, observing its silhouette wandering in the night. The cow occasionally looked up at the surrounding stars, as if contemplating something. Xiao Yu smiled slightly, sensing a dialogue of souls between them, sharing the grandeur of the starry sky in the serene moment. As the night deepened, the moon hung high in the sky, its silvery light cascading over the grassland. Xiao Yu began to reminisce about the warm moments shared with her mother. Her mother often took her out on the grassland at night, teaching her about the stars and the meaning of life, telling her that every star has its unique story. If one day I could also become a part of the starry sky, how wonderful that would be, Xiao Yu mused silently, her eyes reflecting endless longing. She imagined the feeling of soaring through the stars, that sense of freedom and joy. The cows lonely wandering on the grassland brought Xiao Yu a sense of comfort and resonance. Perhaps, like her, It was searching for its place of belonging. In that moment, Xiao Yu felt an unparalleled connection, realizing that she was not just sharing this grassland with the Tao, but engaging in a dialogue with life itself. As time passed, Xiao Yu leaned back on the grass, her eyes fixed on the starry sky. The stars continued to twinkle, their varying brightness stirring her emotions. She began to wonder what she would see and hear if she could traverse the stars to unknown planet. Perhaps I could meet other life forms on different planets and share our stories, Xiao Yu whispered to herself, a dreamy smile on her face. As her imagination deepened, her anticipation and longing grew stronger. She wanted to see more, feel more, to pursue that unknown world and seek her own dreams. Before long, Jiwo's rosy cheeks were softened by the night. The stars continued to twinkle in the sky, merging with the moonlight into a silver ocean. The countless possibilities for her future ignited a stronger hope and courage within her. I will definitely find my star. Xiao Yu looked up, her gentle words blooming like flowers in the night breeze. She felt a beautiful force, as if the stars were responding to her desires, encouraging her to move toward the future. The Tao quietly accompanied her, the moonlight shining on it, while fireflies danced in the night, seemingly playing a beautiful melody for this tranquility and tenderness. Jiwo's heart was filled with gratitude. She realized that the desires she once shouted in her dreams were now being fulfilled through her real experiences. As time went on, the wind grew softer, and the tranquility of the grassland allowed Jiwo's thoughts to immerse in this moment. Each star carried a dream, and her dream was setting sail. In that moment, her spirit was uplifted, as if merging with the starry sky. The night sky was deep, and the grassland was serene. She sensed the fragility and resilience of life. It felt as if a force was guiding Xiao Yu, making her acutely aware that dreams are not merely distant stars, but the calls and actions from the depths of her heart. I will be brave and pursue my dreams, Xiao Yu silently vowed in her heart, her face radiating determination. No matter how difficult the road ahead may be, she would converse with every star in the night sky during her journey. Feeling the faith and courage within her, Xiao Yu gently closed her eyes on the grass, listening to the whispers of the wind and the deep tones of the starry sky. Her soul at that moment as tranquil as the vast night sky. She immersed herself in this serene atmosphere, completely relaxed, resonating with each star above. Moonlight fell softly on the grassland, dripping the earth in a gentle silver veil. Xiao Yu's small wishes flickered in her heart, as if forming a wondrous connection with the starry sky. She began to imagine that perhaps somewhere in the distant heavens, there was someone like her, gazing at the same stars, filled with dreams and hope. One day, I will fly to that star and walk beneath the night sky. Xiao Yu whispered her wish, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. She was willing to work hard for this dream and believed that each star was cheering her on, looking forward to her success. The stars in the night sky twinkled unpredictably, as if responding to Xiao Yu's hopes. A gentle breeze brushed past her, He felt a force from the universe, as if she were a shooting star, chasing the most beautiful dreams. Zhao Yu understood that her journey was just beginning, with a long road ahead, but she would bravely move forward because she had lightened hope in her heart. As night deepened, the grassland grew even quieter, the stars flickering in the dark like the heartbeat of life. Zhao Yu decided to continue exploring this grassland. She wanted to personally feel every whisper of the wind and every chirp of the birds, sensing the twinkle of each star. After standing up again, Xiao Yu felt a gentle breeze caress her cheek, as if calling her to chase after distant places. The surrounding grass swayed lightly, seemingly cheering her on. With newfound support, Zhao Yu's heart brimmed with boundless courage. She began to run in the breeze, feeling the freedom of the wind and the vastness of the grassland. In that moment, her heart soared with the feeling of flying freely. The ground beneath her feet gradually merging into a warm motion. Zhao Yu laughed as she kicked up the dancing blades of grass, feeling like a carefree little bird. Running on the grassland felt pure. Xiao Yu felt that she was a part of the universe, filled with courage and strength. Her laughter echoed in the night sky, resonating with the stars. In this quiet night, everything on the grassland silently witnessed Xiao Yu's growth and pursuit of dreams. She knew, but this was not just her story but the story of everyone chasing their dreams. Each star was blessing those dreams, yearning to find their own direction. As the first light of dawn gradually climbed the horizon, Xiao Yu quietly appreciated all of this on the grassland. Her heart was filled with gratitude and expectation, realizing that each day is a new beginning, and every star would illuminate the path ahead. With the passage of time, the stars began to fade, and Xiao Yu stood high above, the surrounding scenery becoming clearer with the morning light. The grassland, bathed in sunlight, grew warmer, as if proclaiming the beauty and hope of life. Xiao Yu's heart was filled with the warmth of sunshine and the power of life. She felt a newfound determination. No matter how winding the road to her dreams might be, she would face it bravely. Because on this grassland, the seeds of dreams were nurtured, destined to bloom into the most beautiful flowers. Under this tranquil starry sky, Xiao Yu engaged in a heartfelt dialogue with life, gradually discovering her true self. She understood that persistence and courage would be the armor of dreamers. She would explore her starry sky filled with love, achieving a beautiful legend that belonged to her. Through the stars and moonlight, Xiao Yu's dreams shone brightly in the sky. Each star that empowered her became a witness to her life journey. Understand the essence of life. Slowly, the sun began to rise, golden sunlight pouring onto the earth, revitalizing the grassland at that moment. Xiao Yu's heart was filled with hope. She knew that many possibilities awaited her exploration in the future. No matter how distant the starry sky might be, her dreams guided her direction. She decided to continue bravely moving forward, embracing her aspirations and explorations. Becoming that twinkling star illuminating every corner of the grassland. As the first rays of morning sunlight shone down, the grassland blossomed with a fresh vitality. Xiaoyu would steadfastly take each step of her journey, savoring every moment of life. The starry sky would forever be her home, filled with eternal dreams and hope. And the grassland, carrying the starting point of her soul, would lead her toward the more distant starry skies. Alright. That's the story for today. See you tomorrow. Good night.